Back in 2017, I picked out a dozen of what I thought were the most culturally important video games that I'd never played before. I wanted to understand their significance, why they were considered among the greatest games of all time. I tried to finish one a month and make a short video about each. The series was called 12 in 12, and I made videos about 7 of those games. The last one I tried to finish was Super Mario 64, got about 10 hours into it. I'm not really sure where this video fits, I suppose it's an epilogue for that series, but really I just wanted to talk about the reasons I wanted to play those old games in the first place, because I think I went into it with the wrong attitude, and set myself up for disappointment. I mean, the idea of doing that 12 in 12 project was to fill some major gaps in my gaming knowledge, to learn more about a bunch of games I ought to know about. But I found that, in most cases, the act of playing them didn't really do that. See, even if I played a game from beginning to end, collected everything there was to collect, found all its secrets, I'd still be missing a large part of the puzzle. The significance of Mario 64, the reason it's considered one of the best games of all time, isn't about how it plays now, it's about how it played in 1996. The cultural importance of Mario 64 isn't what's on the cartridge, it's far more about what it meant to those who played it. And that knowledge isn't going to be revealed through play, especially if you do it under emulation with an Xbox 360 pad on a high-res monitor. The reason people get nostalgic about Mario 64 is because they first saw some blurry Japanese screenshots in magazines, read everything they could about it in the months before the international release, recorded a few seconds of footage of it in motion on a TV show, then replayed it until the tape wore out, and then finally got their hands on the game and played it on a fuzzy CRT, and recognised that experience as being unlike any Nintendo game they'd ever played before. Mario 64 is supposed to feel like the future of video games, that's why it was so acclaimed. Playing it 20 years later can't communicate that. For a first-time player today, the game may well be enjoyable, but it'll invoke neither the wonder people experienced in the 90s, nor the nostalgia those same people experience today. So is there any point in going back and playing classic games at all? Of course there is, you can learn all about their design, their mechanics, their stories and characters, and you can still derive pleasure from them. I've discovered some of my favourite games that way. But the most vital part of Mario 64, or any other old game, can't translate. It hasn't survived the passage of time. The game will never disappear, you'll always be able to play it. But if you didn't do so when it was new, then the key part, that emotional attachment born out of the specific moment in time, is now permanently inaccessible. I made this video because this is a point that I missed back in 2017. Entertainment has a shelf life. If you wait too long to play the games you care about, you won't see them the same way. You can't catch up on those missed feelings afterwards. I'm not saying you need to buy them on release day, but there's something to be said for getting to them while they're still timely, before they've been eclipsed. I thought that by playing a bunch of classic games, I'd learn everything I needed to know about them, but it didn't work, not in the ways that matter most. I learned more about Mario 64 from the process of finding footage for this video than I did during the hours I spent playing it. Come to think of it, that's one of the reasons I enjoy making documentaries about old games. In researching the stories of their conception, creation and reception, I learn what these games mean to people. I can experience nostalgia vicariously when it's too late to have any of my own. I'm Chris, thanks for watching.